Over the past decade, private schools have absolutely dominated Nebraska high school athletics in football, basketball, and volleyball. So much so that private schools have either won or finished runner-up in around 50% of the cases in those three sports. The problem with that being only 13% of Nebraska high schools are private. This has led some to seek change within the NSAA. There's currently a committee exploring the private versus public issue, and one option that could potentially change the landscape of high school sports in Nebraska is gaining steam: adding an enrollment multiplier for private schools. Nobody knows what number the multiplier would be, but it would likely push many private schools to jump a class. Therefore, if implemented, SCOTUS could be promoted to Class B, and D2 basketball and football champs Humphrey St. Francis may go up to D1. This has caused many private school athletic directors to fight back. SCOTUS AD Gary Pitts and Aquinas AD Ron Mimick don't think a multiplier would be fair to their schools.
There is open enrollment out there. You go to any school you want. Our kids have to work to keep Aquinas. Our kids have to pay tuition. Our kids have to wear uniforms. Our kids have to put more hours in during the school because they have added religion class.
This is not a Class A issue. It doesn't affect Class A schools. They can't, a successful Class A school can't be forced to go play Iowa Western or somebody like that.
The other side of the argument says private schools don't take on as many special education students that public schools do, and also private schools have higher athletic participation rates. Mimick says private schools shouldn't be punished for building a strong culture.
Right now there's a lot of excuses. There's a lot of excuses that people are given. And I think those excuses manifest themselves in what they say about a school like Aquinas.
Not every public school thinks the multiplier is needed. Riverside boys basketball coach Joe Imus says the playing field is level in his conference.
I mean, in our conference alone, we have 4 private schools, and I don't think any of those 4 in our conference benefit anything off of it.
So if the NSAA passes some type of multiplier, what would the private schools do to push back? Mimick says the issue could potentially go to court.
There would probably be a lawsuit in terms of football, because a school that is C2 size or small C1 size, in terms of safety of its individual players, should not have to move up.
Now, the NSAA has not decided what they are going to do with this particular issue, as they're still discussing it in committee. Several other area public school coaches were contacted for the story and decided not to respond to the inquiries. Reporting for Columbus News Team, News Channel Nebraska, I'm John Kibber.